fans, and nearly 70,000 of them are letting their voices be heard already. Welcome inside Lincoln Financial Field. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And away we go at the link. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here come the Bengals, ready for their opening drive. They're led out by the legend over in LSU, the former #1 overall pick in 2020, Joe Burrow.
When Joe Burrow's between the white lines, he's one of the game's best and most entertaining quarterbacks. He just has a cool factor that is the envy of so many. Nothing seems to bother them other than some injuries that unfortunately have ended seasons early. When he's on the field, the timing, the anticipation, Kate, the precision with which he plays, he has very few peers.
Right to the air, Burrow. Gets it to his man, Mike Gesicki. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Into the hands of Gesicki, complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
On first down, here's Burrow. He just throws this one away.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. First give of the game here to Chase Brown. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. James Bradbury up from the secondary for that tackle. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
First time this game they've looked to him. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. So this one goes out of bounds inside the 20, but not by much. They're giving him the 18-yard line. So here are the Eagles now for their first drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs. But Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into the short yardage situations or around the goal line, he finds a way to get in. But it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevated his teammates around him, and he's got a skill set that I know a lot of quarterbacks would sure love to have. It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. From the pistol, Hurts. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. First and 10 from the 41. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. It's Dotson on the catch. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Look at Cam Taylor-Britt getting up there to track that one down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And with third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Second down, here's an option to the right. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
On first down, Hurts. Short pass brought in. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on a third and short.
Extra DB out there for the Bengals. Third down coming. They're going to try to pick it up with an option left. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. No gain on the play. Defense holds yet again, and now it's 4th and a yard.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. They'll run for it with Barkley. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
4th down, pressure on him. He was not backing down for a second. Nice effort to carry the rock. More importantly, for his offense to get a first down.
They just keep working it forward early. We've got 1st and 10 now from the 35. Shotgun snap for Hurts. He's got Devontae Smith. They'll touch him down a couple of yards away from that marker.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Hurts now from the gun. This one snagged by Dallas Goedert. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Dallas Goedert, the touchdown. So a touchdown on the board for him, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. But they couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Bengals all set to go for their second drive. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. First and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Pass caught along the sideline by Gesicki. He'll head out of bounds after a small gain.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. Had to balance focusing on the catch, keeping those feet in bounds.
Second down now, 7 to go. Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. That was Reed Blankenship making the stop.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Burrow out of the shotgun. And down he goes. The Eagles got him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Mano-y-mano, so many battles there at the line of scrimmage, and it does come down to those one-on-one situations. Who's put in the work, who's put in the effort, and who can execute to create that negative play, that big sack for this defense.
The Bengals send out the punting unit. Back deep for the Eagles, Britton Covey. And this one gets out of bounds. It was pushing some distance towards the goal line, but gets out at the 5. The Eagles about set to get going for their second drive. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And, Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing from near his own goal line. Escapes the pocket. Now here he goes. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10. Hurts setting up to throw. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
Hurts trying again on 2nd down. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
They kick the running back in motion. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
First down, a run with Barkley. Escapes a defender. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry a-coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They've got a man in motion. First down throwing for Hurts. Taken in by Smith. He's got to gain a 6 there. Mike Hilton getting up there for the tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And they bring him down around the 34. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
First and 10, here's Hurts. Goddard makes the catch. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
2nd and 3 now. From the 27. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
From the red zone now. He brings it in. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Short side option here. He's running left. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that picks up a 1st and goal.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Barkley has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. Back to throw, Hurts. Rolling left, and they take this in for the score. The Eagles take a 13-0 lead. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Cincinnati offense headed out now. And they're hoping they can keep the punter off the field this time around, Brock, after he's been called upon each of their first 2 possessions. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Burrow from the gun. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the gun, a give to Brown. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. He has the 1st over the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Burrow. He's going to lob one deep down the left sideline. He's got it inside the 10. And he's out all the way inside the 10-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Brown on the inside give. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and goal from the 6. They motion the tight end over. Burrow back to throw. The Eagles swarm in and take him down. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
Bend. Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Now Burrow finds his man Chase. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
That's really good instinct by the eyes up in the sky. The play caller seeing space on the perimeter, a well-timed screen, and a positive gain out of it.
And on 4th down, out comes the Bengals field goal team and Evan McPherson. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Butker knocks it through. And that'll get him back to 11.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. This return makes it up to the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. The scoreboard reads 14-3. We'll return to the link right after this. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They start out with a 2nd and 3. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. On 1st down, Hurts. This finds Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. This one finds Goddard. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Mike Hilton getting up there for the tackle.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Oh, they're going to run the option to the short side. Strong running inside the 30. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Dotson now in motion right. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And the 1st down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete. Jahan Dotson, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
2nd down, Hurts throwing again. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes him back, 3rd down coming up.
In a situation like this, you got to be a fixer. I mean, this game is hard, and you get into known passing situations, it gets even more difficult. But when you don't get rid of the ball and you take another sack, you make this 3rd down a near impossibility.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Here's Hurts. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Well, we call that protection lookout. Like the O-line yelling back at the quarterback, look out! Because they have no answer right now with back-to-back sacks by the defense. They've got this crew offensively guessing.
So on fourth down, on comes the Eagles kicker, Jake Elliott, for the try. It'll be a 54-yarder from the right hash. And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. And the game stays at 11.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
Here come the Bengals to take over once again. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. Burrow to the air now. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
On 2nd and 10, Burrow again. Catch made by Chase Brown. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Burrow out of the shotgun. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. To throw again, it's Burrow. This is hauled in by T. Higgins. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Working inside the red zone. Has him on the quick hitter. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Still sticking with the passing game. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bengals cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Eagles about set to go on offense. They could only set up a lengthy field goal attempt their last possession, Brock, so some room to improve in how far they can advance the football here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive starts with an option, right side. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he found some running room for a nice gain. That's 7 yards on the run, still 6 to go on 3rd.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Running back sent in motion. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. That is caught along the sideline, and he gets the feet down. Wow! They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
From just shy of midfield on 2nd down. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Hurts with it on 3rd and short. Short pass caught by his tight end. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out. He gets 6 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Brought down by the veteran, Von Bell. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Here's 2nd and 7. That pass complete to Goddard. And he's taken down at the 30. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him right. From the pistol, Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And it just keeps coming, Kate. It just keeps coming. This defense relentless in this 1st half. 3rd time now this quarterback's got to pick himself off the turf. When they get in that locker room at halftime, it's going to be a quick one. I think the whole message is going to be, how do we protect our quarterback? Because if you can't do that, this offense can't get started.
Barkley trying this up the gut. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, Kate. I know you do. And this one was about willpower. He got the rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run and a great try at that first down.
Barkley gets it on third down. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Jake Elliott out to put up 3 for the Eagles. This 42 yards from the right hash. The kick by Hopkins is good. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Cincinnati just about set for its next offensive possession. They'll look to knot up this game right now as they trail 17-10. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Brown. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They'll run again with Brown. And they had that one contained right at the line. Zach Bond with the tackle. Back-to-back runs, yielding just 2 yards, and now it's 3rd and 8.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
On 3rd down, here's Burrow. He completes it in traffic. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. A run with Brown. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Zach Bond with the tackle. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Here's Brown again. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. They'll try it right with Brown. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run.
They'll send out the punting unit. Back deep is Britton Covey. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And this punt is out of bounds with no chance at a return. Looks like they're going to spot it at the 30. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. First and 10 now from the 30. Hurts looking to throw. Goddard makes the catch. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Shotgun snap for Hurts. That's Smith on the slant. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. They give to Barkley, left side. And they don't allow a lane to form. Defense taking care of that play near the line. Nothing for them on second down, and now it's 3rd and 1.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That's caught for the first. And they're going to bring him down just as we've come up to the 2-minute warning. New set of downs for him at the 38. On first down, Hurts. He's got Smith. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Look at Cam Taylor-Britt getting up there to track that one down.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second down now, 7 to go. Hurts now from the gun. Escapes the pocket. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Stop made by Sam Hubbard.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Offense staying out there, it's 4th and 1. On 4th down, Hurts. This one finds Goddard. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure of the drive's right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
They'll come up 1st and 10. They'll send him over right. First down throwing for Hurts. Brought in close to the 8. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles grow their lead just before halftime. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles double their lead to 14. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Bengal offense getting the football late in the first half. They could use something to trim that deficit, and enough time left to maybe get this near field goal range. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Burrow from the gun. Got his target, it's Higgins. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Burrow out of the shotgun. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 35 out of that one. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Stays in the pocket. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock. They were looking for him again, Brock, and for a moment, we thought he had another catch, but then that contact knocked the football from his hands.
Kind of become a victim of his own early success. Not too different, Kate, than a pass rusher that gets a sack. You know what happens? Got to slide to him, got to chip to him. You get a receiver that gets it going like this, you know more contact and more focus is coming his way.
Butker knocks it through, and that'll get him back to 11. We're at halftime here in Philadelphia, and the Eagles have soared to a lead at the break. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to Orlando. Turn things over to our buddy Jonathan Coachman in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll let you and Brock catch your breath as we welcome the rest of you to our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Eagles were led in the first half by their dynamic quarterback, Jalen Hurts. He threw 2 touchdown passes, ran for another, as his guys have the lead at halftime.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome you all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Eagles headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Hurts. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Looked like a bit of a concentration drop on that one. So that brings up 2nd down.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
Hurts trying again on 2nd down. And the Bengals are too much. They take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, a defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating 3rd and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
New set of downs for him at the 38. First and 10, here's Hurts. Completed over the middle. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. A give to Barkley. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Look at Cam Taylor-Britt getting up there to track that one down. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And they make the stop. We're going to say at about the 37-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Back to throw, Hurts. That's into the hands of Barkley. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once. I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. Adds just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Hurts to throw. Taken in by Smith. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Hurts throwing again. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Oh, option play now. He's headed right side. And he's brought down after a decent gain. First shot gets him 5. Still a couple of looks remaining. It's 2nd and goal.
And that's a pretty modest pickup for a QB keeper. On a traditional handoff, you'll take that yardage, but those QB keepers, so many times, they're really designed, Kate, for chunk plays in mind, double digits, and they nearly got it there.
Barkley, and he runs it across. Touchdown! The Eagles grow the lead coming out of halftime. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown! Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles push their lead to 18. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So now here comes the Bengals on offense. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Play action now. Burrow. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. On 1st down, here's Burrow. On target to his man Higgins. And they get this down to the 28. Give him 13 on that play. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Burrow setting up the play action. That one's complete, right side. And he gets this forward to the 19.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
To throw again, it's Burrow. This throw is caught. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a 1st and goal.
This really isn't a route designed for a lot of yards, Kate. You're just trying to get a small handful and move on to the next down. Stay in rhythm. But anytime you can work some magic after the catch and stretch it out, well, those are welcome bonus yards.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals start the second half with some needed points. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
McPherson at the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bengals make it an 11-point ball game. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. On the return, Britton Covey. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Eagles ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. That one intended for Jahan Dotson. And now it's 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Here's Barkley. He finds space for a few yards that time. The play brought to an end by Logan Wilson. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Man in motion, headed right. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Escapes the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Well, partner, I think this defense had enough. This QB has been getting out of the pocket and doing damage with his legs. But not this time. Great pursuit, great effort, and they're able to wrap him up for the sack.
Now on 4th down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. The Bengals and Joe Burrow all set to take over. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. 1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And it's going to be 2nd down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Hey, these are the type of games he's counted on to get when they're available. Unfortunately, we had tremendous vision to see the seam and get through it before that window could close.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Throwing is Burrow. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And now they face second down.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
On 2nd and 10, Burrow again. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. He picks up 28 on the play. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Burrow from the gun. Finds his man, Chase. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. And not much for him there. He's down to the 15-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3.
I could promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that, but let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Has a man, it's Brown. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. They find 7 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed, enough to keep this drive moving.
Motioning the tight end now. Burrow out of the shotgun. And that one's incomplete, but boy, are they lucky it wasn't intercepted. That was a risky shot, but fortunately, they still have 2nd down coming up.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Now it's Brown. And he gets them a little closer to the end zone, down to the 6. Just a couple on that play. It's going to be 3rd and goal.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
On 3rd and goal, here's Burrow. Getting out to his left. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the pressure drives them backwards.
I know we talk about rhythm a lot when it comes to music, but it's the same thing with a quarterback and his protection. This QB was in rhythm, but they knocked the notes out of him on that one.
And on 4th down, out comes the Bengals field goal team and Evan McPherson. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Butker knocks it through. And that brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points.
Listen, all he could do is make the kicks he's called out there to make. They need extra points from him, but for now, well, he's able to handle his 3rd field goal of the game and just inch them a little bit closer.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Covey now to return this. This return makes it up to the 25. The home teams and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. They've certainly had no issue scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the pistol, Hurts. He's got Smith. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big 34-yard pickup there. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
Big play gets him across midfield, sets him up 1st and 10 from the 40. Option play, they give it to Barkley. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
2nd and 10 now. Dumps it off to his running back. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm, and a nice little gain on top of it.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That's into the hands of Barkley. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They got 24 yards on the play. And now they have a 1st and goal.
I don't know about you, Kate, but I think somebody's auditioning for some extra work as a receiver. If he could do that coming out of the backfield, imagine the damage he could do if they sent him out into one of those spots out wide.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here, but his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his 2nd touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game?
Yep.
Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles lead by 15 now. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. He stopped on the return at the 27. Out comes the offense for the Bengals. They managed 3 on their last drive, but down inside the red zone, disappointing not to come away with a touchdown. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And he gets him around 6 there. That was Reed Blankenship making the stop. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. A give now to Brown. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. 3rd and just 2 to go. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Burrow back to throw. This is ahead for about 5. Josh Sweat making the stop.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Tight end going in motion here. Brown on the carry. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. A very active quarter for us. Plenty of points in that frame as we reach the end of 3. It's Bengals football, and they know what they need to do, trailing here in the 4th. Third and 6 for them to figure out now. Burrow to the air now. That's caught for the first. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
They're set up at the 35 now. First down, Burrow to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals can make it a one-score game as they trim the lead. T. Higgins, the touchdown. There sure was a lot of trust on that play, Brock, and he proved worthy of it with that end result.
Yeah, good old receiver. Someone who just knows how to get it into the end zone is worth his weight in gold to a QB. And on that throw, there was trust there that he had a shot to find pay dirt.
Now a point after to bring it back within one score. The kick is good, and they've moved back within a possession in the 4th. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Fielded at the 7. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The home teams back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to one score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. First and 10 now from the 30. On the play fake, it's Hurts. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. A pickup there of 39. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helped set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Hurts trying again on 2nd down. That's complete. Here's Brown. Nowhere really for him to go. He steps out, and they're going to lose some yardage.
Well, even a drop would have been better than that, frankly. Couldn't find a way back to the line of scrimmage, and it's a rare pass that actually loses yardage.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Hurts throwing again. Taking a big shot for the end zone. Big gain downfield. And he scores. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles have a commanding 14-point lead now in the 4th. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles lead by 15 now. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. Man, he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Bengals are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. On 1st down, here's Burrow. On the quick slant here, it's Higgins. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Second and 3 now. From the gun, a give to Brown. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Third down, 1 yard to go. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. He completes it in traffic. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Looking to throw, Burrow. Hauled in left side. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Burrow from the gun. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up third down. To throw again, it's Burrow. Dialing up a receiver screen. And this one doesn't go far.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
They'll bring out the punter here. And they could really use a good one here. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. Well, Brock, their passing game has been the highlight for them offensively so far. 3 touchdowns and a whole lot of good plays beyond that.
And Ken, I think what we've seen is an offense who's reading the same book as the defense, just a few chapters ahead. Each time the defense tries to make an adjustment, well, the offense has a counter ready to go. Lesser passing games would have had some serious trouble trying to keep up with this pace.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Motion man right is Smith. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
This wide receiver run game, what it really does, Kate, is it tests the soundness of your defense. How assignment sound are you? Well, that was an excellent example of this defense doing its work on the practice field and, more importantly, put into execution on the game field.
Taken in by Smith. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down, he keeps it left on the option. And he's only going to take this forward to about the 38. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
Hurts now from the gun. He's on the move. Now here he goes again. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap for Hurts. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. And not a lot of cover guys who can match up with him in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
The Eagles are in punt formation. And the fair catch secured here at the 16. So no return on that punt. And the Bengals are going to be backed up to begin this drive. The offense getting set to go. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Burrow has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20. Second down now, 7 to go. Burrow out of the shotgun. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces third down.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Throwing is Burrow. Brought in right side. Here he goes again. To the 10. He makes it in for the Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals can make it a one-score game as they trim the lead. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
Now a point after to bring it back within one score. The kick is good, and they've moved back within a possession in the fourth. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Covey now to return this. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. The home teams and receiver Devontae Smith returning to the field. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. They've got first down from the 31. From the pistol, Hurts. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. That was Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. So second down coming up.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And the look outside yields no fruit. They make the stop near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on third down.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Third and 10. Can this offense get it done? Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
Kate, the game wasn't on the line with that series, but don't tell the defense because they brought the urgency and juice like it was. Getting the sack, setting up fourth down, well, it picks everybody up on that sideline, and now their offense gets a chance in a one-score game.
Their punter making his way out now. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And the sunlight's not a problem for him. He looks up and makes the fair catch. No return on that punt. And it'll be Bengals football. They're set up at the 35 now. First and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Into the hands of Gesicki. Complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Here's Burrow. Got a man. It's Gesicki. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
First down, Burrow to throw. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he had enough time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick. Instead, he just got rid of it and cut his losses.
Burrow throwing again on 2nd and 10. The Eagles swarm in and take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
When nothing opens up, that becomes a pretty clear throwaway spot. I mean, that is textbook throwaway spot right there, Kate. Get outside the box, chuck it into the 3rd row, and avoid exactly what happened right there. Because now 3rd down is so much harder.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Burrow to the air now. Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Some squads you just see love to do this, Kate, and I've got so much respect for defensive coordinators who late in the game, instead of playing prevent, well, they step up the aggression meter. Back-to-back sacks puts this offense and this quarterback way off schedule.
Punting unit out now. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And the Eagles will take possession. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's Dotson on the catch. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
First down, a run with Barkley. And he'll only get this one up to about the 47. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. From the 47. Flush down out to his left. He can run it. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
Short side option here. He's running left. Oh, no, the ball is loose. Oh, the fumble jumps out of bounds. What a break there for the offense. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
Oh, you know what, Kate? That defense right there, they thought they had a huge play until they saw that ball bouncing out of bounds. One bounce in just the other direction. They're off the field. Instead, well, they're on the field. They got to shake it off, though, and keep this offense from the end zone.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice, once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Dumped off to his running back. And able to get this down to the 15 before going out.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Throwing here hurts. This throw is caught. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. One yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Back to throw it. Complete beyond the marker. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles lead by 15 now. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Now this offense ready to head back out. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Motioning the tight end left. On 1st down, here's Burrow. A quick slant, here's Gesicki. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. Here's 2nd and 2. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
Offense in the hurry up here. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Got his target, it's Higgins. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Eagles territory.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again. To throw again, it's Burrow. He'll get this one to Brown. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays on the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
That's Gesicki. He's got it. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. From the 39. Higgins makes the catch. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. The end result there, 15 yards and a first. And someone has officially flown higher than the Dutchman, Brock. That completion pushes him past Norm Van Brocklin for the most passing yards in a game in NFL history. The mark of 554 yards has stood resolute since back in 1951, and 7 decades later, someone has finally topped it. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Burrow out of the shotgun. Throwing the out route complete. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have first and goal to figure out.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. Burrow from the gun. Has it in close. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Bengals have to move here. Clock's running as they hustle to the line. Burrow setting to throw. And this is cut for a score, and we are not done here yet. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
The kick is good, and they've moved back within a possession in the fourth. So everything comes down to this onside kick with less than a minute to go. And the Eagles are able to recover, and that should just about do it for us here. And they bring him down around the 34. This offense running out for a new series, led by their running back. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. Here's first and 10 from the 34. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he's going to take this only to about the 31. Cincinnati uses its second timeout. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. They go to Barkley again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. The final timeout taken by the Bengals. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Setting up for the kneel down on third. He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
A lot of pressure on this kick for Jake Elliott. This is a 48-yard look for him. The kick by Hopkins is good. And it's now a two-possession game as the lead grows to 11. So beneath a chorus of "Fly, Eagles, fly," it's a win for the Eagles. See this in every sport, Brock. You come in as a big favorite. You want to make a statement, right? Get a convincing victory. And they were able to achieve that one here.
Yeah, especially at home. It just means a little bit more when you protect your own turf in any sport, but especially in the NFL, where you get, about 8 or 9 of these, maybe more if you get home playoff games. Playing this way, they set themselves up for future playoff opportunities.
That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from Philadelphia. Ready to get this game started. Here's Evan McPherson. And away we go at the link. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs, but Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into the short yardage situations or around the goal line, he finds a way to get in, but it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevated his teammates around him, and he's got a skill set that I know a lot of quarterbacks would sure love to have.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the first down.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. This one falls incomplete. He was looking for Dallas Goedert there. And it sets up 2nd down.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Hurts trying again on 2nd down. He throws a bullet deep to the right side.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Hurts now from the gun. That pass complete to Goedert. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. But that's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
So 4th down on heads, Braden Mann for the punt. And this will bring a drive that had some promise to a disappointing end. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. So here are the Bengals now as they get set for their opening drive. They're led out by the legend over in LSU, the former #1 overall pick in 2020, Joe Burrow.
When Joe Burrow's between the white lines, he's one of the game's best and most entertaining quarterbacks. He just has a cool factor that is the envy of so many. Nothing seems to bother them other than some injuries that unfortunately have ended seasons early. When he's on the field, the timing, the anticipation, Kate, the precision with which he plays, he has very few peers.
First give of the game here to Chase Brown. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Burrow back to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And that makes it 3rd down.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Throwing is Burrow. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
The Bengals send out the punting unit. Back deep for the Eagles, Britton Covey. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And they're going to take over possession. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Shotgun snap for Hurts. He's got Devontae Smith. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, well, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. First and 10, here's Hurts. Throw left side, complete. And he has this one past the 50 and will start downhill into Bengals territory. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. Second down now, 7 to go. Barkley trying this up the gut. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now. Hurts. This one finds Goddard. And he goes out a little short of the 40.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Braden Mann on the punt. And he'll try to have his second punt top his first one. And this one gets out of bounds. It was pushing some distance towards the goal line, but gets out at the 5. Cincinnati headed back out for its second drive now. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening first down as they take the field a second time. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing from near his own goal line. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense. Well, he had a chance to pull up and avoid the hit, Brock, but we knew the outcome from the moment he decided not to and made contact. That flag came out. Roughing the passer on that last play, and that's always going to lead to an automatic first down. Here's Burrow. Throw left side, and Gesicki has it. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 31. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. They send the tight end in motion. On 3rd down, here's Burrow. He's trying to go deep again. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. His first effort went 47 yards. Brock looks to have a little more into this one. And that fair catch corralled just beyond the 25-yard line. So no return on that punt. And it'll be their football. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Able to find Dotson here. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Give him 3 on that gain. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
First down throwing for Hurts. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. Hurts setting up to throw. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
Pretty even match in this first half, and you're just kind of waiting, right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that could go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
Gotta figure out this third down here. Throwing here, Hurts. He's on the move. He's running for it.
You know, that may have been a situation when you look back on it and he watches the tape the next day, that he's got to find a way to throw the ball because his running ability, while it gets him some yards, is not enough to get the first down.
Braden Mann out once more for another punt. Back deep is Williams. And he's had a very busy game already, Brock. Third time they've called on him as he gets this away. And the sunlight's not a problem for him. He looks up and makes the fair catch. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the Bengals are going to be backed up to begin this drive. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Brown on the inside give. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. That was Reed Blankenship making the stop. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Caught for big yards on the right side. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Straight ahead, it's Brown. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Motion man is the tight end here, going left. Here's 2nd and 11. And that's incomplete. So we've got a flag down, and there was contact, but is this going to go against the offense? So they have the incompletion, but the defense decides they'd rather take the penalty and the yards and play that down again. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Burrow out of the shotgun. And down he goes. The Eagles got him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I can think of an older football video game title where 30 yards to go was the default and easily attainable by an offense. Well, this is not that title. And this is borderline impossible. In fact, I can hear a coordinator saying in the ear to the QB, hey, this call, it's on you. Good luck.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Burrow. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had 2 choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force a throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he'll take in the fair catch just above the 35. No return on that punt. And the Eagles will take possession. Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? Mm-hmm. As a quarterback and as an offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
It's Dotson on the catch. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively.
That's what they call staring down the gun barrel. You know as a quarterback, you're about to get absolutely blasted, but you got to deliver an accurate throw just like that.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They run it with Saquon. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. That's why they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Here's Saquon. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Tackle made by the rookie from Wisconsin.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And no turnover, it's going to stay with the offense. And that play backfired. He's brought down way behind the line. Well, they scrambled back on top of the fumble. They lose a ton, though, and now they've got 4th down coming up.
Yeah, recovering it really only brought you one more play. But with how much they lost on that play, well, here come the special teams. And now, well, now they got to be special.
The Eagles are in punt formation. Braden Mann will kick it away. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Cincinnati offense headed out now. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Burrow from the gun. This is hauled in by T. Higgins. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
Quite the start to that drive, huh? The first play sets him up now at the 38. Burrow to the air now. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. That play good for 17 and a first down.
Well, that one was drawn up and delivered beautifully, efficiently. If it's not circled on the call sheet already, you better believe it is now.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Burrow setting up the play action. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Flat out a tremendous call. Perfect timing to blitz the corner, and the result proves it. There was barely time for the QB to set himself up to throw, let alone look downfield for a target before he was absolutely decked by somebody who I think enjoyed that chance to rush the passer.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Got a man. It's Gesicki. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
Receiver in motion, headed right. On 1st down, here's Burrow. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards of it into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches. And
he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals go up 6-0 here in the 1st. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play, right? When you don't have to settle for field goals, you could throw it underneath, and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bengals will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. On the return, Britton Covey. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Finds him over the middle. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Mike Hilton getting up there for the tackle.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
From the 27. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Okay, it's pretty clear, isn't it? It's this constant pressure that this defense has imposed on this offense to keep them out of rhythm and build up this lead. This offense is not going to author a comeback if this quarterback continues to run for his life.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. And they send a man in motion. Here he is on 3rd and long. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Von Bell takes it away. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. So now it's 13-zip, Brock, and they've got to be even happier knowing that multiple phases of their game contributing to this lead early on.
Yeah, I'm going to guess the defense probably not going to keep up with the offensive scoring touchdown for touchdown, but you can't script a better start.
McPherson at the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bengals drive out to an early 14-0 lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. Covey now to return this. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Eagles about set to go on offense. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick six. Need short memories here as they head back out. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Hurts back to the air after the pick. That pass complete to Goddard. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
You put up the combine times of tight ends running a 40-yard dash, and they certainly don't run as fast as the safeties or the corners in this league. But when you get them going in the right direction and you get them dragging across the field like that, well, they could still do their damage.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Crosses midfield, still going. And finally down right along that opposing 40. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Going to the ground again on 1st. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Brought down by the veteran, Von Bell.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
2nd and 6 now. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. It's a Philadelphia touchdown! The Eagles make it a one-score game. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Return starts at the 3. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. This our last play of the quarter. Play action now. Burrow. Got his target. It's Higgins. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. It's a 14-7 game. We'll return to the link right after this. Time for our second quarter. It'll be Bengals football to begin. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Hits him on the in route. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Darius Slay with the stop.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, with out routes or in routes just like that.
Tight end motioning right. From the 39. A quick slant. Here's Gesicki. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. A run with Brown. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Zach Bond with the tackle. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They'll run again with Brown. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Call it 1 yard there. So consecutive 1-yard runs brings up 3rd and 8. Throwing is Burrow. Complete out to the right side. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
I know on the stat sheet, Kate, that shows up as passing yards, but any defensive coordinator will take it. Understanding down and distance and keeping that offense short of the sticks.
The Bengals send out the punting unit. Back deep for the Eagles, Britton Covey. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And that's going to pin them as deep as it can go. They're going to be set up inside their own 5-yard line. The Eagles returning their offense and this running back to the field. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Here's another carry for Barkley. And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a third down on this possession, or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
First down, and they go right back to him. They'll have him gain about a handful there. The play brought to an end by Logan Wilson. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
To the ground with Barkley. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Look at Cam Taylor-Britt getting up there to track that one down. They manage a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4. Hurts now from the gun. And that's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up 4th down.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
Braden Mann on the punt. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And it'll be Bengals football. Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down, Burrow to throw. Higgins makes the catch. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. They motion the tight end over. Burrow out of the shotgun. Completed over the middle. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down. New set of downs for him from the 46. 1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Short pass brought in. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
They're set up at the 35 now. To throw again, it's Burrow. That's complete to Gesicki outright. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. That one's complete over the middle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Going with Brown on the ground. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. Give him 3 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Burrow to the air now. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on third down, that's a QB's best friend.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Burrow from the gun. And that's incomplete, but he might have done a little too much to cause that. Flag comes out, and this could be interference. Well, the pass interference might have prevented the touchdown there, but it gives this offense the yards and a great chance to punch it in anyway. Defense, no doubt, still recovering from that interference call, Brock, but they've got to buckle down here. It's 1st and goal. Brown goes up and over for the touchdown. The Bengals take a 13-point lead. Nice execution to get that counter to the end zone. Maybe not the play we expected, Brock, but the play that they needed right there.
I love a well-executed counter. I really do. It's like a good boxer, Kate. You set him up with a feint one way, and then you hit him with the knockout the other. Keep them from answering the bell and stopping you from reaching that end zone.
McPherson at the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bengals double their lead to 14. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Eagles and this running back headed back out for a new series. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now Hurts. Completed to his running back. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
2nd and 3 now. Now Barkley. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense, and I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
1st down, ball at the 36. Putting a receiver in motion. 1st down, a run with Barkley. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
From the 40 on 2nd down, he's got Smith. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And they stop him after a good run that takes him down inside the 40. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
2nd and 3. This ball's caught by Uzama. And they bring him down around the 34. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, well, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
Short side option here. He's running. The ball's out. The ball's out. He lost it. And now the Bengals have it. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
You know, Kate, I one time had a coach tell me, hey, listen, I need you to be more of an artist and not a blacksmith. I need you to create. QB here does a great job creating, trying to buy something out of nothing. Unfortunately, as the clock ran out, that ball's punch free, and he gives it away.
The Bengals send running back Chase Brown, getting set to begin another drive here. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. First and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, a give to Brown. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Darius Slay with the stop. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. That's Gesicki, he's got it! And he's able to cross the 40 before going out. It's a pickup of 11, and it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
On first down, here's Burrow. On target to his man Higgins. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw it with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. This one goes for 3 yards. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
Not trying to do too much there. Short yardage situation. Just make sure you get to the marker and reset those chains.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Burrow setting up the play action. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Burrow setting to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That's caught for the first. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. They are throwing it again. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Another look for him, Brock, and hey, why not with the way he's playing so far? But this time, just couldn't hang on.
I think you'll see coordinators at times, Kate, get away from something that's working. I like that they go back to him. Make them defend him and stop him. They did that time, but my hunch is they'll look for that receiver again today.
And down he goes. The Eagles got him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
So a really tough spot here. This is 3rd and a country mile. Throwing is Burrow. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away.
Give all the credit to the coverage on that one. Even with plenty of time to throw, they never gave him a lane to complete it.
Punt team on the field. Covey on the return. So this one carries all the way to the sideline and out. No chance to make a play on that, and they'll take over at the 16-yard line. This offense headed out as we get a look at their running back. They lost it in enemy territory their last time out. Never a spot you want to fumble. So I imagine, Brock, it's going to be 2 hands on the football as they return to the field. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Stop made by Sam Hubbard. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. It's the 2-minute warning now from the link. The Eagles need some big yards in a hurry. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Hurts now from the gun. Escapes out to the left. Oh, look at this, here he goes. And that's good for a gain of 5. The play brought to an end by Logan Wilson.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. Escapes the... And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. They'll punt it away. Braden Mann out to send it skyward. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Has it at the 37. And he gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield. The Bengals and Joe Burrow all set to take over. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. Burrow finds the in route complete. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Tight end in motion right. First down, Burrow to throw. A quick slant. Here's Gesicki. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Putting the tight end in motion. Burrow out of the shotgun. Into the hands of Gesicki. Complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Cincinnati uses its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. First and 10 now from the 30. To throw again, it's Burrow. Throwing this back in the end zone. To the corner of the end zone, but incomplete. Oh, he made the catch, but didn't get down in bounds.
Whew, I think the coverage got away with one right there, Kate. There was actually space, and if that throw came out 1 second earlier, that could have been 6.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Catch made by Chase Brown. Decent gain here, but short of the first. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Evan McPherson on for the Bengals field goal. This a 39-yarder from the left hash. Butker knocks it through. And that makes this a 3-score game.
I know, you always want to finish drives in the end zone, but no matter what, the important thing is they end in some kind of points, and that's mission accomplished there.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Here comes the final play of our first half. Looking to throw. No one open, so he chucks this to another county. That brings us to halftime with the visiting Bengals out in front. Now down the coast we go to Orlando, Florida, in our studio there. Jonathan Coachman waiting by with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our Halftime Report. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. The visitors ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now it's Brown. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Play action now, Burrow. Nearly intercepted. Ooh, he almost had it. Couldn't bring it in. Incomplete. That brings up 3rd down.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Burrow back to throw. The screen pass falls incomplete.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
On now comes their punter. And they could really use a good one here. And he's brought down before the return gets far. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And it's going to be their football coming up. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And there's a couple of moments we're seeing here that I think he's not going to want to be reminded of after this game. Turnovers have just interrupted his performance in this one. Made it really tough for him and this team to get into and stay in any kind of rhythm. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. It's an option right that begins this drive. Jukes out a 1-stop. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, well, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did, tote the ball himself for a big run.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Chased out to his right. Oh, he's going for it again. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
All set up now for 1st and 10. From the pistol, Hurts. Brought in close to the 8. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles start the 2nd half with some needed points. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Kickoff taken at the 3. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Cincinnati just about set for its next offensive possession. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Brown. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And he'll get it up to the 44. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. On the quick slant here, it's Higgins. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Burrow from the gun. Got a man, it's Gesicki. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Brought down on the effort by Quinyon Mitchell.
You get this big old dude like him in the slot, it's an automatic mismatch advantage. You're trading a little bit of speed, sure, but you sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
Brown on the inside give. And they take him down right along the 30. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
He's on the move. Now he takes it. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
As much as you'd like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got him tackled behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Now Burrow. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Burrow setting up the play action. He brings it in. A gain of 3, and now they're going to be able to plan for 1st and goal.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. On the handoff, this is Brown. Crosses the goal line for the Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals make it a 16-point ball game. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
McPherson at the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bengals take a 3-possession lead. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Covey now to return this. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. This offense making its way back out now. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. Breaks the tackle, still going. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
On 1st down, Hurts. Flushed out of the pocket. Steps up, and he's running with it. They touch him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a 1st.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Barkley trying this up the gut. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. Second down now, 7 to go. They go to Barkley again. He's got a gain of 6 there. Stop made by Sam Hubbard. A solid gain of 6 there. It's going to be 3rd and just a yard.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
Well, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
Hurts now on 4th. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. That's a gain of 10, and staring at a turnover on downs, Brock, they pick up the 1st instead.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
Toss play to Barkley. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles shrinking the lead some in the third. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Well, Brock started small at first, but then he found that lane, and it was a race to the end zone from that point on.
And it takes a little bit of everybody. How many times do we hear these coaches tell us, if you're going to get a run play for a big gain, it takes the whole group, all 10 of them around him have to do their job. Got to block up front, receivers got to block on the perimeter. They all get it done, and a big chunk run follows.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Return starts at the 3. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Bengals back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. That touchdown cut the lead by a chunk, Brock, but it's still a 2-score game as they start this drive out. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. A give now to Brown. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
You know, for pitchers, you'll hear them say, gosh, you got to pitch this guy backwards. For defenses, you got to do the same at times, Kate. You just can't always run it on first. You got to mix in some high-percentage pass plays. Otherwise, you're going to get hit right in the face for a loss just like that.
Here's Burrow. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Man in motion here. Here he is on 3rd and long. Has a man, it's Brown. And he's brought down for a loss.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
They'll bring out the punter here. And this is going to put him up to 6 punts today. Ball taken in at the 36. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And this is a nice gain that stopped at the 47. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
This is a guy who, man, when he is in a group, when he is feeling it, you're just not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. You better buckle up. You need a textbook tackle on this guy. Wrap, grab some cloth, and drive him to the ground with all you got.
1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. You're going to go with Barkley on the counter. Broke through the tackle. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down, and they go right back to him. Juke the defender. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Gainwell. And he gets it down to the 13-yard line. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 3 now. Here's Saquon. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Third and a lone yard coming up. Here's another carry for Barkley. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that picks up a 1st and goal.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They're running the option, short side. And it took a couple of guys to haul him down there after a gain of just 1.
Just a nice little reminder that this QB is more than a passer. They're going to call his number as a runner too, especially if these defenses don't account for it.
Here's 2nd and goal from the 6. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Kickoff taken at the 3. He stopped on the return at the 27. So now here comes the Bengals on offense. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Burrow to the air now. That one's complete over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. 1st down, Burrow to throw. And down he goes. The Eagles got him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB could run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. Finds him over the middle. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Burrow out of the shotgun. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And there was nobody down there to get it. Punt hit at the 7, but continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. 16 yards on the play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down. So we're through 3 here. It's the Eagles in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is reachable. First down, ball at the 36. Oh, they're looking option, headed left side. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, gains that seem a little tougher to get against a front, gosh, this QB just makes routine. Such effortless running to pick up a handful on that designed run.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Sticking with the option, he's headed right. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
When they draw up these plays for the quarterback, these are the type of results they're expecting, Kate. Something that could tear a hole in the defense, move the chains, and just as importantly, and maybe most importantly, put a seed of doubt and thought into that defensive mind that the QB can run at any time.
1st and 10 from the 41. Hurts now from the gun. Escapes the pocket. He calls his own number again. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Well, I can tell you what, that was the goal from the moment he took off. Kept his eyes locked on the chains and made sure he set them up with a new set of downs. Well done.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
On the play fake, it's Hurts. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's brought down at the line.
You know, Kate, it's almost as if the defense invited him to make that throw. That was a play they knew they could defend, and they stopped it right at the line.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Shotgun snap for Hurts. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. 1st down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
You know, one thing I noticed, Kate, coaching youth football, everybody wants their kid to play quarterback. That is, until they get knocked to the mat. And that's now 5 sacks in this game, let alone the number of times the quarterback's been flushed as well. Not everybody is built to play quarterback.
And the Bengals bringing out a 5th DB. They're in the nickel. 3rd down. Throwing here, Hurts. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the 1st down.
Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. 1st and goal. Hurts. Dumped off to his running back. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
You know, these running backs today, they are so versatile. It doesn't matter if they're running it, or in this case, same principle applies on routes out of the backfield. You don't get somebody close to him, that throw is headed his way.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. Hurts setting up to throw. And he scores. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles take a 4th quarter lead. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Now a try to go up by 4, put it out of the range of a field goal. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles take a 4-point lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Here come the Bengals to take over once again. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. They've got first down from the 31. From the gun, a give to Brown. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. It's a pickup of 11. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that execution every time.
First and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Completed over the middle. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. On the quick slant here, it's Higgins. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Play action now, Burrow. He'll get this one to Brown. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
To throw again, it's Burrow. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Burrow from the gun. Looking slant route, complete. And that will not be enough for a first down. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Burrow. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Well, I can promise you, that was the goal from the moment he took off. He kept his eyes locked on the chains, and it's almost like he had a spidey sense. He knew exactly where to get in order to move the sticks and get that critical first down.
Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Out to his wideout, it's a screen. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Needing 10 yards now as they line up at 2nd and goal. Burrow back to throw. He completes it in traffic. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Time and again, receivers will tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even 2 defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Here's Burrow. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that forces them to 4th and goal.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
Desperation time here on 4th. And he will score. It's a Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals take a 4th quarter lead. T. Higgins the touchdown. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on 4th and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
This to go up by a field goal here in the 4th. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bengals push their lead to 3. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Covey now to return this. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And his effectiveness hasn't been limited to what he can do with his arm this season. On that last drive, he reached a significant mark for his efforts on the ground as well. First and 10 now from the 30. From the pistol, Hurts. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And he'll go down, it will say right at the 39-yard line.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
They've got a man in motion. From the 39. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
No matter what other stats you want to look at in this ball game, well, this defense can take some serious pride in at least one thing, and that is 6 quarterback sacks on the afternoon. 6 sacks? Well, that's an expectation rarely achieved. And a sign? Well, this group did their homework, and they're making it pay on the field.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. That one intended for Jahan Dotson. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
The Eagles are in punt formation. Fair catch called for and made just outside the 20. The visitors and T. Higgins back in possession here. So no return on that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Burrow out of the shotgun. This one taken in by Chase. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He beams one deep right side. That's complete inside the 35. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals make it a 9-point advantage. T. Higgins the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
McPherson at the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bengals make it a 10-point ball game. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Covey now to return this. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. A play fake. Now Hurts to throw. This one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
Has a man, it's Brown. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. Barkley's got it. And he's all the way to the edge and out of bounds along the line.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner and, really importantly, as a check-down outlet on short throws.
Hurts throwing again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Let's be real clear. There is nothing lucky about number 7 at all for this quarterback. The 7th time he's been taken to the ground for a sack. This defense, they made adjustments. They're incorporating a variety of different looks and blitzes, and it just seems like, Kate, constantly they are a step ahead of whatever this offense is trying to do to protect this quarterback.
Couldn't connect with Dallas Goedert. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. And the next time, well, he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
Here he is on 3rd and long. He put some air under this one, deep right. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down. That one intended for Jahan Dotson. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out, well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
Working quickly here. First and 10, here's Hurts. Rolling left, buying some time. He's gonna keep it this time. And he's gonna go down right along the midfield stripe.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
A dose of the hurry-up offense here. From midfield on 2nd down. Escapes the pocket. Now here he goes again. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a 1st down was just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
Offense up to the line fast. On 1st down, Hurts. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions, from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
Hurts trying again on 2nd down. This is brought in along the sideline. High degree of difficulty for a short gain. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Here he is to throw. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
This is one of those situations where QB's strength and ability to run can be a great blessing, but can also be a curse. We've seen him use his feet before. This guy can escape, and that's a blessing. But it can be a curse because sometimes you think you can get out of everything, and this defense just proved he couldn't.
And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. Brown on the inside give. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They'll run again with Brown. Ooh, sharp running here. He's past the 30. And he has it down to the 26-yard line. Timeout taken by the defense. They're second. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. It's victory formation the rest of the way for the Bengals, who take a knee. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
On 4th down, out comes the Bengals field goal team and Evan McPherson. From the right hash, about 45 yards out. His kick is good at the end, but boy, Brock, we might see some words exchanged at midfield here as they add 3 to the win as time expires. So the Bengals take this one on the road. And you can't overlook anybody on the schedule, Brock, because the second you do, you wind up in a trap game against a motivated group like this. They really seized every opportunity presented and surprised a lot of folks in the league with this win on the road. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports